up everyone? It's day one in Honolulu, Hawaii. I am by the beach. I am by this beautiful high rises and everything is so pretty, and I never thought I would say this, but I think I finally know where I want to retire, or at least just want to spend like a large few months, and because it's so pretty out there, so peaceful, the weather is amazing, and I'm loving every part of this island. Like there's it's just a beautiful combination of greenery and like just a bit of urbanization, and there's so many hikes that I really want to check out. Let's see how many I can check out in the next few days, but until then, take care. We lived by the Waikiki beach area, which used to be a swamp marshland with taro patches at one point, but now has been renovated to become the most touristy part in all of Hawaii. It has all hotels, malls, and shopping centers with every brand that you can think of. There is so much going around this place all the time. There are clubs, you can catch fireworks at the night, or just like Hula demonstrations while walking by the beach. There's something for everyone here, definitely. And if not anything else, you can always stop by the International Market. It is centrally located with a food court, Nijia Market, more shops, and ABC stores, which is for your everyday needs. My favorite part about the trip was hiking around the island. There are several hikes around Honolulu. The closest one to Waikiki is the Diamond Head Trail, which is paved with cement, so super easy and popular and touristy for you to try. But I wanted a bit more challenge. So here's my dramatic journey to Coco Head Trail. What's up everyone? It's day 2 and it's 5:30 a.m. and we are going for a hike to Coco Head Trail. It's supposed to be 1,084 steps.
1,084 steps. 1,084 steps.
That is all I need to still do. Fine, let's do it. I genuinely don't know why I signed up for this. I'm so tired and I'm not even like half fit there. It's an old converted railroad which has been washed over years, so you have patches like this in between where there's a lot of gap between the tracks and also a lot of height where you can basically fall through. Luckily for me, I encountered some locals who told me this detour around this area, or I thought it would be the end of it. As you can see how steep the tracks were, I was basically crawling through this entire space before finally making to the top, and I have to say it, the view was definitely worth all the pain and all the crying that I did while coming up here. Yeah, you can see I'm clearly way too happy here. But for real, this is a great hike to catch this sunrise, and it's not for beginners, that's for sure. Like, if you're confident that you have done enough leg days, then only please come to it. Otherwise, you can enjoy yourself, and do not wear running shoes like I did, because there's so many places that I slipped and that was not good at all. We also went outside Honolulu to do, you guessed it right, more hiking. The Crouching Lion Trail was not as well formed as Coco Head Trails, and it could get really muddy and slippery in there, so definitely make sure to go on a dry day. There were several areas that were high and so slippery that you had to use ropes which were already present. The nerd in me was fascinated by the geography of these rocks. For some reason, I don't know why, I love the rocks. But yeah, there were several points where we were just walking really close to the edge just to reach to the high top, which is the shape of the Crouching Lion itself. But you have got to say the view here was so amazing. Like, look at that color of the water. And again, I slipped a lot here. I enjoyed myself a lot, but thanks to these two guys who helped me throughout the process. And you can not do the shorter route and actually go for a 19-mile hike, but I'll only do that when I actually have my proper shoes on. After that, we went around the beautiful beaches of the North Shore. North Shore is famous for several things, including garlic shrimp, which I definitely didn't eat, but they're also famous for these beautiful Honu turtles. Just look at them. They're just like lying there and chilling while everybody's watching, and they don't even care about the paparazzi. Like, that's the kind of energy I think I need in my life. We also then went down to the Surfers Beach, whose name I can't remember, but I promise to put it in the description, where people were just showing off their very fit bodies and their amazing surfing skills, while me and my friends, we just sat there playing with the sand, which was actually sesame-sized. Like, look at how big these particles were. But honestly, overall, a day well spent. Let's pause exploring for a second and talk about an important part of the food, especially vegetarian food. Are you excited to try all vegan food, Andrea?
I haven't converted for one night for this job.
Hawaiian local food consists a lot of seafood and other local products such as taro roots that are found around the island. There's also a large variety of Asian food available here. An important thing to remember is a lot of local establishments only serve lunch and not dinner. My favorite place, however, was this Korean bibimbap place that was near my hotel in Waikiki, and they really mean it when they say that they can make your food dangerously spicy. Add to addictions the soft drink called Hawaiian Sun, which is local to the area, as well as inari sushi and all the Japanese snacks that I got at Nature Market on a daily basis. Apart from the rooftop bars on hotels, the Moana Center is the center of nightlife in Honolulu. It's a huge mall with a lot of clubs and lounges and local bars. For example, this local bar which we were able to catch on its last day, so there were locals lining up. There's also House, which is like a more classy looking bar, but not the greatest DJ in the world. Oh, we still had a good time. What's up everyone, this is my last day in Hawaii, and today I'll be going all solo tripping. Yeah, my friends have left me. It's okay. We're gonna go and do all the basic touristy shit. The first stop on my list is the Pearl Harbor Memorial Center, which is built to honor the survivors as well as those who died during the tragic event of December 1945. The free tour starts with a quick presentation talking about the events that led to the tragic event, and followed by that we get on a boat which takes us to the USS Arizona Memorial. The monument is built over USS Arizona, which is one of the ships that could not be recovered. So it lies there submerged along with the crew members who died that day. If one was a crew member before the uneventful day, they have the rights to be cremated alongside their colleagues. There are several parts from the ship that are still visible to the human eye above water, like the turrets and the National Park guards that are present at the site will help you identify those. On top of that, you can also purchase tours to see some of the ships that were recovered. So I just came out of the Pearl Harbor Center, and what was just a one paragraph in my history books is now just this whole contemplating experience. It's really crazy. Like, sure, there's everything I learned today, a lot of it I could have seen in history books or Wikipedia, but what I could not have had the opportunity is maybe to meet some of the survivors or know their stories more in detail and what they're doing now and what are the efforts that went on at that time. After this, I headed down to the downtown Honolulu area to spot some graffitis, which I could not find because I was misled, ha ha ha, but I did get to see some historical buildings like the Iolani Palace, which used to be home to the royal family of Honolulu before monarchy was overthrown. I loved the ironwork on the building, and I also got to see the stone that was paying homage to Captain James Cook, who gets the credit for discovering Hawaii, even though that's not the case. I also went down to the state building for Hawaii. The architecture here reflects the island itself. That was so cool. Like, the pillars here are in shape of palm trees, while water surrounds the building on all sides, just like the island itself. Oh my god, the architecture hoe in me was so happy. Let's talk about getting around the island and the city of Honolulu. So the airport is centrally located, as well as the Moana Center, which is this huge mall we talked about before, and all the public transportation connects between the two, and it connects to all the major areas around the city, especially the touristy ones. There are also several trolleys that are provided not just by the city but also by the hotels to go outside the city and to explore the rest of the island. We rented a car. There are like several rental car services that you can go do through apps, and they are easily available around the city as well, and it's a great way to see the scenery. And now let me talk about my favorite part, the Hawaiian Airlines. Oh my god, it's honestly my favorite domestic airline in US for now. Pay extra for that window seat, it's definitely worth it. It is almost like an international flight experience. Like, they provided us with breakfast while going there, as it was a morning flight, and while coming back we got really comfy blankets, and they had these movies like Moana up there, so very perfect considering where we're going. So I was kind of treating them as like educational references, but that's just on me.
There are 8 emergency
And
exits on this
they have the
aircraft.
funniest introduction video of all time. If YouTube checks it out, I'll be
Please
so
take a
angry.
moment to locate the 2 exits nearest to you. Keep in mind that those exits may be in front of or behind you. All exits are equipped with evacuation signs. All evacuation signs, with the exception of those immediately behind the wings, can be detached. And use this perhaps in case of a water landing.
Overall, the happiest weekend for me in 2020. I signed up on a whim for this trip, and I'm so glad I did it. I really want to go back, check out all the islands, hike a lot more around the area, take a hula class because I love the dance form, and say hi to Andrea the next time she's studying there. Okay, hold up now. Firstly, like this video, share it with your friends, and let me know if it actually inspires you to go to Hawaii, and comment down what else I can do here. I'm making a lot more food content for you, so subscribe to this video, check out my Instagram and TikTok, maybe coming soon. But most importantly, if you're actually planning to go to Hawaii, I know these are not the best times to travel right now, so please see to it that the situation concerning the virus is under control at the island before you decide to plan a trip there, because it's such a small island. The resources are not as much as we have it on the mainland, and there's a large elderly population. So just because you want to explore it, you don't want to wreck it because of some virus maybe that you can catch while traveling and transmit it there. So please be sensitive as you decide to take on these trips, and enjoy. It's a beautiful place to check it out. Like, share, subscribe, guys. Thank you.